Good morning, hello and welcome. Welcome to a little Lycac special. Today we are off to Buxton Wool Gathering. It is May the something or other, 18th? 19th. It is May the 19th, 2024. And the last podcast I filmed, I said that I was planning on going up to Buxton for the wool show up there. And I said, oh, would you like to see a video about it? And the people who commented to say yes or no all said yes please, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm also hoping to nip actually into Buxton town centre itself and get another stamp on my yarn crawl, but to see about the shop that I go into, if I do get into there, you'll need to watch the Great British Yarn Crawl video, which will be a separate video from this. So it is a beautiful day. It's about 9:45. I'm waiting for Vicky to pick me up. For once, I'm not doing the chauffeuring. So my friend Vicky, part of my knit group, is coming to pick me up, and then we will head on off to Buxton. Take about an hour and a quarter for us to get up there, so not too far. I've been good. I've packed a Slimming World lunch, and I have a small budget today. Sometimes when I go to yarn shows, I have a big budget. But because this was a last minute decision to go, I haven't actually got much money saved up for yarn at the moment. So I will be purchasing, but hopefully they will be very carefully selected purchases. Watch this space. it is lunchtime. We've arrived. I've had my first look around. At the moment, there is one thing that is really tempting me. I've seen a few things that I like that are out of my budget because I haven't got very much money to spend with me today. But there is one thing that I've seen that's pretty much in budget that I really like, and it's a kit. So at the moment I'm debating with myself, do I spend all my budget on one thing, which is a pattern and all the yarn that needed for it, and it is a garment, or do I buy 2 or 3 smaller things? Anyway, I'm gonna have my lunch now. Everybody else is inside because they're buying lunch. I bought my own food today because I thought if I bring my own lunch, then that's money saved that can be spent on the yarn budget. So yeah, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna spend all the money on one thing, or am I going to buy 2 or 3 smaller things? But we'll see.
Like a donut?
No, thank you.
5?
It's too warm for donuts.
5, isn't it? Especially a bit of pound chocolate as well.
I'm doing Slimming World at the moment, so no donuts for me. I've lost 9 pounds in 5 weeks, so it's been a good start. Oh, that's cute. It's very cute.
I used to be a psychiatric nurse, and one of the things that I wanted to do was really develop my knitting skills. And what I've always done, no matter what I'm knitting, is do numbers in columns and then tick off as I'm doing it. So I looked everywhere for a book with rows of numbers on, couldn't find one, looked everywhere, so designed one. So it just means that when I'm doing, say, a 20 row repeating pattern, for example, I write 1 to 20 repeatedly, and then if there's any shapings I've got to do, such as increase every 5th row or something, I can write that on and then tick it off as I go along.
That's brilliant.
So thank you. So yeah, the Knitter's Companion. So that started me attending the wool shows, and from there I've just sort of developed, so I've got the other things as well.
Oh, that's great, thank you.
Right,
And
thank
there's
you.
a crocheters one as well.
Yes, but it's the Knitter's Companion that's the much more
Yeah.
popular one.
Right, so what did I buy at Buxton? I think I did pretty well actually, because hadn't got a huge budget to spend because it was like a fairly last minute decision to go, and I had in my head for some reason that I wanted to buy a kit. That's what I was looking for. So I was actually pretty good that I didn't spend a lot of time looking at lots of single skeins of indie yarn particularly, and instead I was looking more at patterns and kits. And I did see something I really liked. So I saw this vest here, which hopefully I've got a picture of, otherwise I'm just pointing to a blank space. So I saw this vest top knitted up, and I really like the design of it, and I'm really into colour work at the moment. And I asked them what the price of the kit was. They told me, and I was like, okay, that's in my budget. And then they asked, I said, could I customise the colours? And they said yes, because if you watch this podcast at all, you'll know how much I love a certain colour. So just bear with me a second. Here is the pattern. So it's the Nancy vest, Nancy in the Wensleydale DK, and this was from the stall, Wensleydale Long Wool stall, and yes, so this pattern is exclusive to them, and you can see it's got little love hearts and flowers, and I didn't want the green. Anybody want to take a guess what colour I swapped the green for? Go on, take a guess. Go on, say it again. Yes, absolutely. Purple. So, we have two of this absolutely beautiful DK wool in the shade Aubergine. So we've got two of that for the ribbing basically, and then the pink that they had for the flowers was quite a reddy pink, so I changed that to a hot pink, and in fact the colourway is hot pink. And then excuse me, the paler pink I've kept as the paler pink, which is marshmallow. And then the blue, no, they've got like a cream, and I've got like a grey blue. It's almost like a duck egg. Oh, what's up? It's almost like a duck egg grey blue, and the colourway for that is Mizzle. Mizzle. Is that like drizzle? Is that just like grey rain? So together they go like this. How gorgeous are these together? Like that. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful, and I want to start on it now. So this is DK Wensleydale wool, 100%, 100 grams, 100%. Wensleydale sheep produce the finest and most valuable luster long wool in the world, and it does actually feel quite soft. You know, I'm actually, you know, it's obviously not superwash. It is hand wash only, but I'm really looking forward to starting this project. Excuse me. So this was the pattern. It's a very simple, straightforward, not a lot of information given there. And I also said, when I bought the pattern, I said, oh, I presume it's knitted in the round and steeped, and they went, no, it's knitted flat actually. And I was a bit like, phew, although my colour work tension knitting in the flat is quite different to my tension of knitting in the round, so I am going to have to swatch for this. It's a pain, isn't it? But I'm definitely going to have to swatch. So, because it's knitted flat. So yeah, so that was the main item that I bought. But then when I was doing my filming, oh, actually before that, The other thing that I wanted to buy were some more 2.5mm needles, and the reason why I wanted to buy those is because I was quite keen to get these cast on soon, and they need 2.5mm needles, which are these lovely fingerless mitts that I bought from the alpaca show a couple of weeks ago. So I did get those needles for that kit. When am I going to knit all of this? Anyway, so then when I waited to do the filming of the different stalls. I didn't film all the stalls. I didn't have time to film them all, and I suppose as well I just filmed the ones, I don't know, the ones that perhaps attracted me more. And one of the ones I went to was the Knitter Companion, and I'm not sure if I've already put the film in or whether you've seen the film, but anyway, when you see the film, you'll see the lovely lady at the Knitter's Companion went through the book. I'll talk about that in a minute. But as I was filming, I saw this bag, and you probably saw in the filming I kind of pulled it out. And after I finished filming, I went back to it and pulled it out again, and the price was very, very reasonable. It was £17.50. It is fully lined, beautifully lined, and it has this really cute little pocket inside. Excuse me, big handle, and I just thought it was lovely. And actually, if we look back at the colours of the yarn and this, so this has got to be the project bag for this project, hasn't it? And I was obviously in a pinky day on Saturday last week. No, Sunday last week. So yeah, how gorgeous is this bag? It's absolutely adorable, and it just makes me want to cast that project on even more. So anyway, so the lovely lady from the Knitter's Companion, she then gifted me this copy of the Knitter's Companion book. And if you as I'm sure you saw in the video, the idea of this is that you can write your project and you can be ticking off rows, which is particularly good perhaps actually for something like a colour work project. And then it's also got a ruler down the side of it, and then it's also got some squared paper at the back, which would be really good if you are wanting to come up with your own colour work design, etc. Now, I'm going to be honest and say I had thought that maybe I would gift this, because I was like, I don't know that I would use it because I use Knit Companion. But then it occurred to me, I've just bought lots of new printed patterns, so I am actually going to keep this for myself. She didn't give it to me to gift, she gave it to me. So I'm actually keeping it for myself, particularly for doing some colour work patterns, for when I'm doing colour work patterns and I might want to create my own designs, and I have got a couple of ideas for that, and also then for ticking off rows for that vest top and other patterns that I've got. So yeah, I am so thank you very much to the Knitter's Companion for gifting that to me. Really, really appreciate it. So that's, oh yes, and then just as I was leaving, I was one of the last people to leave, and one of the people on the door just came up to me right at the end, and he said, "Here, would you like this?" and gave me a stitch marker. They said they'd only got one left. It's a progress keeper or stitch marker, especially for Buxton 2024. And so they just gave me that because I've just happened to be going out at the end. And this is from Lorette Crafts UK. They were exhibiting at the show. And so, yeah, I happened to get that. So that was really lovely as well. And that was all I bought. So I thought I was actually very, what's the word I want? Restrained. While I was there, though, I did pop down into Buxton Town Centre itself, where there is a yarn shop. And they were part of the Great British Yarn Crawl, and I did purchase something from there. So later this month, or at some point in June 2024, I will be putting up a video of all my Great British Yarn Crawl stuff. So do have a look at that video too, because I did buy one item at that shop as well. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the trip to Buxton with me. Thank you to Vicky for chauffeuring me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's Buxton for this year. Thanks everybody. Bye.